So let me just preface this video by saying I am probably not the biggest fan of New York City. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm sure a lot of you guys are from New York City and you're gonna like ready to jump on me and strangle me because you love the place. You know, to each his own. I come from the suburbs where there's this weird innocence to it. There's open space, there's trees. The city is just, it has this weird energy to it that I can't really explain. This just sexual feel to it. And I'm sure a lot of you guys think I'm probably the most sexual person on earth. That is not me at all. I'm very open about sex. I make a joke out of it all the time and I say things that are on my mind. But deep down, somewhere deep in here is like an old-fashioned gentleman who wants to just kiss you on the first date and wants to really cuddle. Netflix and chill literally means like cuddle and watch Netflix. It doesn't mean like fuck me raw and watch Netflix. But I do go into the city. I'm used to going there in the day with my family when we like visit the Statue of fucking Liberty and stuff like that. But Halloween weekend was the second time I ever went, I guess, bar hopping, like gay bar hopping in New York City. If you guys watched my Halloween costume video from last week, you guys would know that I was an angel. If you didn't watch it, you should click somewhere over here. Granted, a lot of you guys would say that I was slutty for Halloween, but the thing is, I'm not a slut every other day of the fucking year, so like, it's just, I need to let it out of me during Halloween. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are gonna be like, Jack, you know, you were asking for this attention because of the way you were dressed. And to a certain extent, like, okay, I get it. If I had dressed differently, it probably wouldn't have happened. But that doesn't excuse the fact that the other person was fucking wrong, okay? It doesn't excuse that. Seriously, lack of clothing does not mean you can touch me. It means you still have to ask first or pay me first if you want to do that.
So this is the story of the creepo man who groped me in New York City, but I'm just gonna start this tale at the very beginning of my night.
Anyway, I took the damn train from New Jersey into New York City on Halloween weekend. I was wearing a jacket because it was cold, and I was carrying wings. I had the halo on, but I was wearing a jacket, I was wearing jeans, I was wearing shoes. It was just everyday, normal dress. We get to New York City within 2 minutes. A bitch is trying my patience, okay? Anyway, me and my friend were waiting for an Uber, and there was a group of like 5 50-year-old men who were creepy. Oh my god, dude, this guy has fucking angel wings. What? I'm not even wearing them, I'm carrying them. Back in high school, I probably would have dealt with the situation of people making fun of me by acting like I didn't hear them or something like that. No, not anymore. It's not happening anymore. I literally turned to face them and I smiled and I just stared at them because you know what? If you're gonna be making fun of me, I'm gonna join in on the laughter because when I look in the mirror, I laugh at myself too. Anyway, me and my friend, our Uber comes, we get inside, we start going to wherever this bar is. They all blur together. I don't know. There was also another one that I went to that I cannot remember the name for the life of me. But anyway, we got to the bar and this was the bar where this person groped me like 4 times. I changed into my costume in the bar. I took off my jacket. I threw it over my shoulder and then I was like, hey, Steven, who's my friend, can you help me put on these angel wings? And people were just watching me change and strip down into this stupid costume and I literally apologized to them. I was like, I'm sorry, this isn't what I'm normally like. I'm sorry you have to witness the fact that I'm a fucking mess. I know, like. Anyway, I avoid dance floors like the plague because I hate dancing, so I headed straight to the bar. And one thing I've learned about New York City at the bars is you need to fight to get a drink. That was a nice 15 minutes. All that I wanted to do at that point was get drunk, forget where I was, forget my name. And this was the first time that it happened. I was waiting there at the bar and I felt something on my ass, okay? The bar was really crowded, so I was like, oh, it's probably nothing. They're probably just walking by or something. They accidentally brushed their hand against my butt. I don't know. I guess it could be an accident, who knows? But a second later, I felt it again and I was like, oh, that's my butthole. And then I felt a hand on my other butt cheek. They were feeling my right one and then they moved to the left one because I guess they wanted, I don't have an ass to begin with, why are you touching it? So I let that go. I didn't pursue the person. They disappeared and vanished somewhere into the crowd. I got my beer, I chugged that shit. My friends started getting shots. There was somebody there who was dressed like the girl from The Fault in Our Stars. And I did not know if she actually had cancer. Wait, did the lady have cancer in Fault in Our Stars? Anyway, it was like the oxygen mask and I did not know. I didn't know. Because she said to me, she was like, your costume's cute. And my response was like, yeah, yours is too. But I didn't know if it was a costume or not. Then I felt like the biggest douchebag on earth. Anyway, you guys, my bladder was full to bursting. That's what it was. I needed to get it all out of me. So I needed to cross the damn dance floor to get to the bathroom. The thing is, I had huge wings on and I didn't want to smack people across the face. Okay, so I was turned sideways as I was cutting through this dance floor where creepy, gropey man was that I didn't know because I didn't know where he was. Turns out he was on the dance floor, probably groping other little Twinkie boys. I make my way across the dance floor, okay? I passed the Fault in Our Stars girl and I was like, I hope you feel better. I don't know what to say. And that's when it happened again, but it was more forceful this time and it was both hands at once, right on my butt. And at this point, I was just like, okay, you know what? I need to pee. Not only are you touching me, but you're interrupting my pee. And if I didn't have to pee really badly, I would turn around and try to find out who you are and probably say something to you. But I didn't. I just made my way across the damn dance floor. I was peeing for a good 3 minutes. 3 minutes, I wrote my friend Steven, who had just peed in the urinal, was like, Jack, you're holding up the bathroom, hurry up. And I was like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Anyway, on my way out of the bathroom, I saw some guy who watched my Halloween costume video and he was dressed like a big pizza. So hello, boy who was dressed like a large pizza. But this time, the third and final time I was touched inappropriately by Creepo Man was when I was cutting back through the dance floor, okay? The thing was, at this point, I knew it was probably gonna happen, so I was trying to be like a spy. You know when spies leap over like those red wires, lasers and stuff like that, and they're doing rolls and stuff. That's what I was trying to do. I was leaping over people. I was trying to get through the dance floor as quick as possible because A, I didn't want the guy to touch my butt. B, I didn't want somebody to ask me to dance because I never know what to say and I end up dancing and it's just an awkward situation for everyone at the whole bar. But I was not fast enough getting across that dance floor and I felt the nice, comfortable hands on my butt again. And when I finally saw the guy, he like half smiled at me and you know what he looked like Rumpelstiltskin. He was a goblin, and that's not, he wasn't even dressed as a goblin, but he was a goblin. He was the troll under the bridge. Anyway, I wanted to say something to him, but I didn't say anything to little Rumpelstiltskin man because I didn't want to embarrass him. His face already embarrasses him enough. Went back over to the other side of the bar and I enjoyed the rest of my night. I left that bar, went to like 3 other bars. I got McDonald's breakfast, which tasted like cigarette smoke for some unknown reason. But you know what? My message is to the Rumpelstiltskins of this world. Enough. Enough. Haven't you ever been to a museum where you're supposed to look at the sculptures and not touch them? And granted, I am by no means a sculpture. I'm by no means a work of art. I am that shitty thing that you see in the back of the museum that the caveman's made out of mud. But you're still not supposed to touch me. Look, but you can't touch it. If you touch it, I'ma start some drama. So don't touch on my butt, Rumpelstiltskin. I'm sure this happens a lot though, but it's just weird. It's such a weird little thing for me to deal with. I'm so not accustomed to it. This is what I'd look like without eyebrows. Isn't that crazy? Sorry you guys, I don't even remember what I was saying. I got distracted by taking this Instagram picture. So go like it, go follow me on Instagram at Merridew. I was doing that for like 20 minutes. Instagram pictures take me a good 20 minutes to do and I look so much better in them than I do in real life. Like, I don't even look like the same fucking person. Not this. Anyway, let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it or you agree with it or you don't touch people's butts who you don't know in public. Follow me on Twitter at OfficialJack and on Instagram at Merridew. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next week. Bye guys. He leaned in and he made out with me for like a minute and a half. My eyes were wide fucking open. I was just so shocked. I didn't know what to do. I was like looking to see if other people were looking. He eventually ended the kiss and was like, that was really nice. And then he like walked away.